Miami, I'm Rosie Rosell, editor-in-chief of Calle Ocho News. We're talking about districts in focus, a Calle Ocho News series. We're spotlighting the leaders that are affecting Miami's neighborhoods and shaping them into what we want them to be. Today, we sit down with Miami-Dade County Commissioner Vicki Lopez. Hi, Vicki. How are you?
Hi, Rosie. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm excited to share what my office is doing, and I'm so grateful for your voice in the community to communicate that.
And I'm so appreciative to be here. And we are so excited about what this year has in store, Vicki. Let's get right into it. So, Vicki, tell me a little bit about how you got to this position, a little bit about your background, so the people that don't know you can learn a little bit more about the magnificent woman behind the position of Miami-Dade County Commissioner.
Well, Rosie, politics is not new to me. Actually, I was a county commissioner in 1990 in Lee County. So I've been in politics for almost 40 years. And the great thing about this role now is that I've come full circle. I started as a county commissioner. Years later, I became a state representative, and now I am back at the local government and really excited to be.
And your entry into this whole political scene happened to be with something really, really impacting that I learned about you, which was giving people a second chance, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that and Jeb Bush and how he created that opportunity.
So, Governor Bush created in 2004 a task force called the Governor's Ex-Offender Task Force. And it was meant to try to help people who were coming home from prison be successful when they did come home. Because 67% of those coming home at that time were actually returning to prison, and they were creating more crimes, more victims, and we had to do something because we had the third largest prison population in the country. So I was asked to lead the work, and that led to a lot of different work because it's not just helping people come out of prison. What are the challenges that they have? Housing, education, family reunification, jobs seeking. So there were a lot of things that I learned a lot about in terms of community based on that work.
That's excellent. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty now about what she's going to do in District 5. So, the reality of the role, Vicki. Now that you're serving in District 5, what's one part of the job that's been very different from what you imagined or what you expected before taking office?
So I think that it's being one of 13 members of the commission. In the House of Representatives, I was one of 120. And there's one leader, it's the Speaker of the House, and he sets all the rules, and you just follow them, right? Here, I am the boss of District 5, and it's exciting to know that I get to enact my own vision, and I get to do what I think is best for District 5. So that's been the biggest difference. The other difference has been getting down into the neighborhood. When you're a state representative, you're passing laws that do impact people and do help people. But being a county commissioner, I get to press the flesh more. I get to be with the people more. And I'm closer to the people. So I feel like I'm making a bigger difference every day.
And District 5 needs so much attention.
Oh boy.
Quality of life, cleanliness, safety, infrastructure. When residents talk about quality of life, they often mean cleanliness, safety, and basic infrastructure. What changes should people in District 5 expect to see or feel this year?
So I'm very devoted to quality of life, and it's not just a concept; it's a way of life for me and for my constituents. And one of the things that I've noticed is they feel abandoned in some way, and they don't necessarily know who to blame, who to call to get things done. I have to tell you that I'm inspired by the election of a new commissioner in the district in the city of Miami, because now I get to work with someone who has as much passion as I do. And I think this is all about collaboration. I think when we talk about quality of life, look, the county can only do so much. My district is made up of the city of Miami and the city of Miami Beach. So there's not a lot of unincorporated. The only unincorporated area is Fisher Island. So I have to work with the city of Miami to get things done. And I think knowing my people, because I've knocked on so many doors in my district, in particularly Little Havana, which I think is suffering greatly. It needs a lot of work, it needs a lot of attention, and it needs someone who cares deeply for the people. And I expect quality of life to be the same for everyone. It shouldn't just be that wealthy neighborhoods have a good quality of life. Everyone deserves safe, sustainable housing, safe streets, and good quality of life. And I intend to ensure that that happens for my constituents.
It's a very exciting time for us in Little Havana, to be honest. I have to, elaborate a little bit on what she just said, because for a long time, the county had not been able to work together with the city because the city wasn't really that easy to work with, let's just say. So we're really excited about Commissioner Rolando Escalona's willingness to be working with the community, with elected officials that can work synergistically and just better the quality of life for everyone. We spoke about cleanliness and those details, but we're also going to focus now on traffic, transit, and mobility. District 5 residents deal daily with congestion and mobility challenges. What's your approach to improving traffic flow, transit access, or pedestrian safety?
Traffic is probably the number one aggravation of anyone who lives in District 5. Whether you're on Brickell or you're in Little Havana, it seems like there's no way to get around, and it's impairing people's ability to get to work or to play, because lots of people find themselves in a car. So I'm hoping, and I will say this about my seniors. My seniors don't have a lot of cars. They have to rely on public transportation. They have to rely on walking. So I need to have pedestrian walkways that are safe for them. I need to have public transportation that runs on a schedule that works for them. My seniors get up early, want to get up and going quickly. They need transportation immediately. They also don't need transportation at midnight, yet the young people that live in the district do. So learning what the needs of the people are going to be important to me, and then determining what are the challenges they're facing now with transit or transportation or pedestrian walkways, and solving the problem. I'll give you an example. There at the Robert King High, which is one of my most favorite senior buildings, they called my office shortly after I got elected, and they said, there is a bus stop that doesn't have a roof. So we're rained on, the sun is beating down on us, and we have no real shelter.
And those are seniors.
Those are seniors. And so I said, I'm going to get to work on it immediately. None of the seniors thought it was possible. And one woman said to me, if you get this done, you will restore my faith in government. I am proud to say it's done.
It's such a small thing,
Such a small thing, a shelter over a bus stop. When you know that elderly people need to take the bus, they should not have to sit and be rained on or have sun beating down on them. And so I'm proud to say that it was a simple thing. It took a long time, but it took me to get here to get it resolved. And we will be having a ribbon cutting very soon.
And kudos to the county for making it happen so fast. I mean, she put the order in, but the county services.
Well, I have to say kudos to the city, because I was.
So you worked together with the city.
I did, in fact, work together with the city. They take care of bus stops. We take care of the buses. So you have to work together. And in this case, we were very fortunate. The city was quick to act.
Now, did you call Rolando directly?
I told Rolando.
Did you send him a text?
But I also called the city manager's office. And I said, this is important to me. And here's where
Reyes, is that Reyes?
It was Art Noriega before he left.
Oh, okay.
But I have to tell you, this is where having good relationships matter. I had been working with the city as a state rep for almost 4 years. So everyone knew me in the city. Everyone knew that I was a very caring, hardworking representative. So when I called, they knew that they needed to do it, because if not, I would not stop. I have a reputation of being very resilient, very aggressive about getting things done. And thankfully, they did it. And I'm very proud to say that partnership between the city and myself is now going to benefit my seniors.
And we look forward to other synergistic occurrences like
Me
that
too.
between the city and the county. Regarding county services and fairness, residents often want to know if county services are being delivered fairly and efficiently. What are you doing to improve responsiveness and accountability in District 5?
In District 5, it's been an interesting district because since it's so diverse, some areas get better responsiveness from their government than others. I want to make it fair across the board. For me, response and voice is important. It's not, I don't want my constituents to think that if they live in a poorer section or a more needy section, that they're going to be ignored. On the contrary, where the need is the greatest is where I'm going to place my most attention.
Well, yeah, it's about filling in the gaps.
Filling in the gaps.
I mean, there's no overkill.
No, there should never be overkill. It should be that everyone is getting equal services.
But sometimes there is overkill where there's more voters, and
Yeah,
that's how it is, right?
Unfortunately, I don't work that way.
Good.
I don't care about the next election. I care about serving today. I've made a promise to serve District 5. Every resident in District 5 is important to me. Every voice is important to me. So I want people to know that this is a partnership. They are partnering with me because I don't represent myself. I represent them. So my job is to hear from them what they need and to deliver it in any way that I can find possible.
And we look forward to seeing that.
I'm really excited about it.
Let's talk about housing affordability and stability. The uncertainty of so many of those topics faces our residents nowadays. So housing affordability continues to be a major concern. How are you working to address affordability while also protecting existing neighborhoods from displacement?
So that's probably the biggest challenge. For the last 4 years at the state, I was known as the housing queen. I ran every housing bill that addressed what we now know is a statewide housing crisis. But the crisis is greater in Miami-Dade County than anywhere else in our state.
Of course, because everyone wants to move. And excuse me for interrupting.
Yes, everyone has moved here. The problem is those that moved here during the pandemic came with very large salaries, and they displaced all of us because they drove the market up. I'll give you a perfect example. On Brickell, my one bedroom before the pandemic, I was paying $1,875. Today I pay $3,150. That is the market rate. Now, who can afford that if you are a senior?
And how long have you lived there?
I've lived there 10 years now.
Okay.
10 years, but I will say this. The seniors are being priced out of their homes after they have worked all their lives, and all they want is to live in their small place now that is comfortable for them. They shouldn't have to worry about how they're going to remain in that home. Our young professionals, and we have a lot of them in District 5, who have either graduated from college or getting started in their careers, cannot afford to live here. So they're leaving Miami. So our own children cannot afford to live here. Our brain trust is leaving us. We have to do something. So for the last 3.5 years, I've been working on housing proposals. We have to be careful because people don't want solutions in their neighborhood. But here's what I say. We have to learn to change a little bit. If there's responsible development coming in, and I'll say that Little Havana is prime for more housing.
Well, of course.
Prime for more housing. There are a lot of old buildings that could either be rehabilitated, or those that cannot be, there's land there now for us to build affordable housing.
Yeah, and there's also the ability to go higher.
That is what I've been working on, which is called multifamily housing, where lots of different people can live in the same place, where you have affordable housing, workforce housing, and market rate housing all on the same building, so that people don't feel like they're being segregated either. We should all learn to live together. And we can make that happen with some of the laws that I passed in Tallahassee.
Small businesses are the backbone of many District 5 neighborhoods. How are you supporting or planning to support local entrepreneurs while balancing county regulations?
So one of the things that I don't know that everyone knows, but small businesses make up the vast majority of businesses in the entire county. So they are the engine, they are the economic engine. One of the things that I did was I've started a spotlight series. So I'm going around to meet my small business owners and to spotlight their business because I have a reach that they may not have. I want to let them know that I care about what they're doing and I care about them growing their business. I've now been appointed to the Downtown Development Authority. So part of my role there is to do economic development, to help small businesses, and to more than help them to understand what challenges they're facing. There are a lot of barriers to either starting a business or growing a business. So my role now in the spotlighting of my businesses around the district is to find out what's happening on the ground. What are the challenges you faced? What's made you successful that I can continue to help you with, and what is not helping you be successful? And a simple thing like getting an occupational license, something that everyone needs in order to do business here. Sometimes you have to jump through hoops to get a small business license. Why is that the case? So I will be working again with the city of Miami to streamline the process and to help people get connected to loans, small business loans through the SBA, because all you need is a little bit of help and you can jumpstart your business. So those are some of the things that I want to do, because I want to remind everybody, small businesses employ people. So not only are they an economic engine, they're an employment capital for me.
And speaking of the Miami Downtown Development Authority, they've done so much. It's just the first thing that stands out off the top of my head is the beautiful Christmas experience that they've made possible for all the businesses in downtown
Yes.
with the tree lighting. I went to the first one with Manolo Reyes when he was around, so I have very fond memories of that creation by the Downtown Development Authority. I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's talk about community safety and vulnerable populations, which there are many in Little Havana. How are you balancing compassion with public safety when addressing issues like homelessness and vulnerable populations in District 5?
So I think the one thing that I am known for is being a compassionate public servant. I care deeply about the people, and I mean everyone, including those that are vulnerable, that sometimes people see as outcasts, right? I think sometimes people fall on hard times, and I think we have to be cognizant of the fact that it could happen to us. We're one paycheck. Many of my constituents are one paycheck away from being homeless, and that's a scary thought in and of itself. But for those that are homeless and that are on the street, I know a lot of people get scared because, no one wants to see a homeless person on the street and they want you to pick them up right away. We have to do things compassionately.
Actually, some of them don't want anything to do with you. Some of them don't even want help.
Correct.
Because they want their freedom and they don't want to go to the shelters where they have to abide by rules and stuff like that. So some of them don't want help.
Right. Well, that makes it more difficult, right? Because they can't be on the street.
Yeah,
I mean,
they can't.
regardless what
they don't
they
even
think.
want to be part of the solution.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes you have to help those that cannot help themselves. And, we believe that you can't live on the street. That's all there is to it. It's not safe for you and it's not safe for others. And so I think working with the police department, I have a very close relationship with Chief Morales at the city. One of the things that I want to talk about is, and I have a good relationship with all his commanders in District 5, particularly because as a state rep, those commanders were keeping my streets safe, and I would talk with them a lot. So I want to obviously increase my partnership with the City of Miami Police Department and say, look, what are we doing to help get them off the street and get the help they need while continuing to keep our streets safe? But another problem that we have that no one's talking about unless you live like in Brickell, and now it's happening in other areas too, is the cars with the noise, the amplified mufflers. No one can sleep anymore. If you
mean the lowriders
yes,
with the souped up,
That's
stuff.
it. The complaints that we get from constituents in District 5 that they cannot sleep at night because not every building is soundproof. It's unfair, right?
Yeah.
So that's another big initiative I have with the City of Miami Police to ticket them because they can and they should. And the wheelies going on, and look at, no one's safe when that happens, right? And of course, there are some incidences where now young women are posting on Brickell Next Door saying that they're being assaulted by people on the street. Now, women have to feel safe to walk on the street because we are a pedestrian-oriented urban area.
Well, women, men, everyone is entitled
Everyone.
to feel safe.
No, everyone, it, particularly a mother who's got her young child in a stroller. You know, we should not have to worry about whether we are safe or not. And so helping the homeless get the help they need, whether they like it or not, because unfortunately, you're not going to live on the streets. Not in District 5, you're not. And having the police do it compassionately, having, you know, because this impacts businesses. Our business owners complain all the time. There are homeless people in front of my business. That keeps people from going inside the business.
Absolutely.
So we will find a way to balance compassion with help, with also public safety. We just have to do a better job of making sure that everyone is at the table when we discuss solutions to it.
It's a careful balancing act. I'm sure it's not
Delicate,
easy.
very delicate.
Now let's wrap it up with question number 8 for Calle Ocho News. Accountability and measurement.
Yeah.
1 year from now, how should District 5 residents measure whether progress is truly being made?
I hope that a year from now, the District 5 feels like they know me personally. I want to be out in the district. I want to be pressing the flesh with all of my people, whether you're business, seniors, young people, children, parents. I want people to feel that they know me, that we have a relationship, that we have a partnership going. I want them to think of me as a friend, someone that they can go to. And I want them to know, I want them to have the feeling that she genuinely cares about us. I also want them to see change. I want the garbage picked up. I want streets to be safer. I want streets to be clean. I want homeless off the streets. I want them to, there are certain things that I want you to feel, and then there are certain things that I want you to see. And progress has to be made in a partnership. And I want to invite every single member that lives in District 5 to join me. This is a partnership. I can't do this by myself, Rosie. Let's not fool ourselves. No one is going to come in and save the day. We have to do it together. So I want to invite everyone to get to know me. Invite me to your homeowners associations or to your organizations so I can get to know what you're doing, so I can find a way in which to help you and partner with you. And that is what my prayer is, that in a year from now, we can all say, wow, she's everywhere.
This conversation is about accountability and quality of life for District 5 residents. This that you've experienced right now is our Districts in Focus series that we definitely want you to keep part of. Please take the opportunity to like, subscribe, comment. We want to hear what you think. I want to thank you for being here with Calle Ocho News today. And we look forward to seeing everything you have in store for District 5, Ms. Lopez.
Thank you so much, Rosie. I think Calle Ocho News is doing a great job communicating to my constituents what is happening. I think Rosie is the voice. And the fact that I can partner with you, Rosie, is really important to me because my district needs you and it needs your voice. And I love that we're able to, sort of share things so that you can get out into the community and say, this is what your commissioner's doing.
And I look forward to continue to do that.
Thank you.
So I just want to take this opportunity to present this gift to Commissioner Vicki Lopez on behalf of Frames USA on Bird Road and Calle Ocho News for supporting us and for doing everything that she's planning on doing this year. We want to be a reminder in her office on a regular basis of all the promises she's made. And thank you, Vicki.
Rosie, this is such an honor to receive. I feel humbled, and it's a privilege to work closely with you and my community. Thank you so much. This will be proudly hung in my office, and it will serve as a reminder of not only my people, but of Rosie and Calle Ocho News. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.